and as soon as the season starts, it's going to be non-stop. The weather is terrible. We're going to be racing soon, I promise. And as soon as the season starts, it's going to be non-stop racing content. In today's video, I'm going to go over my 5 favourite things within the build that I absolutely loved. What I also would love to see, since you guys have been commenting on lots of the videos recently, especially you Tekno guys, what are your favourite things with this Tekno buggy? Comment below what you love about it, what you don't like about it, but most of all, what you love. I'm yet to drive the car. There's some features and some little things that I discovered when building this awesome buggy that I'd like to share with you. First and foremost is the sway bar bushings and the inserts, the collars. Wow. With this feature, it enables you to play with the deadband in the anti-roll bar. So whether you're on bumpy conditions, high traction conditions, you can tune and you can adjust your sway bar or your anti-roll bar with ease and precision. That's what I love the most. No guesswork with the grub screw, tightening, making sure it's absolutely correct. Simple enough with these collars. They just slip over the roll bar, and with the insert attached to the gearbox, you can adjust the deadband. This feature means that you can adjust the slop or the play in the roll bar. So if you're at a track like many of my local tracks, which are bumpy and loose, you might want to have a little bit more deadband within the sway bar itself, which will just mean it generates just that little bit more grip and that little bit more forgiveness in the car. If you are out on a higher grip surface or a oiled surface, maybe in the summer, you might want to have a smaller tolerance within that insert, tighten everything up, just make sure the car is ultra precise and super fast. We are going to deep dive into this. I can't say too much about what these things kind of do. I know what they're going to do on paper, but until we get out there and do some tests, I'm not sure. But in theory, it sounds great. If you like it, again, drop a comment below. Now, another feature that I absolutely love on this Tekno is the arm bushings. I believe in this kit they are slightly longer, just to make sure the arm actually lasts that little bit longer than it did previously in terms of the wear characteristics. What I love about this particular feature is not only will it create, in theory, less wear, you'll get more life out of the parts, but it also means that there's absolutely no reaming required, and the fit and the finish from the metal bushing onto the pin is just fantastic, and it just means a super smooth action. I really like this idea. Another difference you'll notice on this kit compared to some other buggies out there is the split shock tower design. I know that you can still get the older tower or the original tower, which you may use in some higher grip conditions, but the split tower looks particularly great. I guess the theory behind this is the extra flex characteristics. So I think they are taller, and obviously they are split. So naturally that is going to give a better feeling on bumpier tracks, and it should add some flex into the tower, which should just make it that little bit easier to drive and probably generate some more grip. Again, that's what it does on paper. That's what I've heard on feedback, but we're going to test this soon. But it's definitely a feature that I really like. This is such a small detail, but I think with this Tekno kit and Tekno as a company, they've done lots and lots of small details that all add up into what I believe to be an awesome platform, which we're going to find out. But nevertheless, even down to the pins that go through the hex hubs, you can actually see that they come with a slot carved into the pin itself to make sure that that grub screw locks into the hub, and even if that grub screw comes undone just a little bit, that pin's not going to be falling out. It's just going to be locked in there. It's just little features like that which have clearly had some thought and some design, and I really like that. Another thing that I have found within this kit is you do get some aluminium parts within the kit as standard. So the spindle hub carriers, the 21 degrees, they come in the kit and they are an aluminium, which is really nice to see. There's lots of kits out there that come with plastic. That is always a massive plus. The kit also comes with a 25 tooth aluminium servo horn. Again, I run servos, the SRTs, with 25 tooth splines, so that was perfect. I didn't have to buy that. and the fact that it comes in the kit is truly remarkable. I like that. Well done, Tekno. I think the final part I'd just like to touch on is a bit more of a broad subject now, and I'd definitely just like to bring up the overall build quality of this particular platform. This is the first Tekno kit that I've built. I've built Mugens, I've built Kyoshos, I've built Agamas, I've built S-Works, most of the brands I've built, and there's some awesome brands out there. This one is definitely one of them. The build quality on this kit, I would say, is up there for sure. Out the packet, it is truly, truly great with all the small details and the quality and the fit and the finish of the parts. It's definitely something that I wish I'd run sooner or just tested sooner, because I think it's going to be really nice. You know, the plastics that come in the kit, they all come pre-cut. They're not on sprues. They're all pre-cut, super nice. The gearbox and everything are all in parts, ready to go. The plastic feels fantastic, and you can tell that the plastic is of a higher quality. The two arms that they're joined up, obviously as a pair. With some arms you get out there, you can kind of snap them off the small sprue that it comes with. The Tekno ones, it was kind of like really difficult to snap. It wasn't actually going to snap at all. You had to cut them off, which is always a good thing anyway, but just the fact that they didn't snap off the sprue, I really like that. It just showed that the quality has some forgiveness in it, as well as the strength, and maybe they're not going to be so brittle. I've never seen people breaking arms on these cars. I haven't heard about it, so they look really beefy. Really happy with that. But yeah, the overall build quality, the finish on the aluminium parts, I haven't had a single issue with the build. I'm very happy with it. It's really exciting to be able to run this car at long last. And the Nitro one at some point will probably be on the way, but we're going to be reviewing a number of cars on this channel, so we'll see how it goes. I think if I was to say one thing about the build of this kit, or something that I would like, again, not driven it yet, side guard option, to be able to get more of a kit plastic larger side guard to run the wide body shells. Understandably, they have a platform with a certain size shell, and you can get the JC version to fit the car. I think it might just be a nice little thing to have a kit part plastic with the wide body guards. But I've got 3D printed ones, and apparently they're really good. I think this Walker Spinrad, if I'm not mistaken, was the original designer for those. I might have just murdered that name, I'm not sure. So absolutely fine, no problem at all. Love it, can't wait to run it. All being well with the weather, not this weekend, next weekend will be its debut. Of course, it'll be right here on the channel. The indoor season's just started, so we're about to kickstart into what will be a big 2025. If you've made it this far, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Lots of content coming, variety of different content, and well, can't wait to get started.